Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Now Spinning Magazine. John Lodge sadly passed away yesterday at the time of me doing this video, and I felt like I should do something or say something, because I know a lot of people commented on the photograph I put up when the news broke. John was 82. It was a very sudden passing. I know that he'd been out for lunch with Tony Iommi just literally a couple of weeks ago. And had been playing and just loved being on stage. And I know a lot of people have said, oh, it's another one gone, and and it's getting really kind of scary now. And it kind of reminds me, as I've said many times, when my dad used to say, he used to stand in the kind of doorway of the kitchen while he was doing the washing up, and he'd see on the telly that one of his favourite 1940s Hollywood stars had passed away, and you go, yeah, another one gone, look, another one gone, one after the other. And I've said before that it's like it's replaying for many of us of my generation in seeing our musical heroes sadly pass away. And the reason why I think it affects us so deeply, it only seems like yesterday that Ozzy has gone, is that we ourselves, many of us who watch this channel, look at this and see this happening, and I know some of you think, well, we're next. How many summers are ahead of me compared with how many summers are behind me? And it makes us think about our own lives and where we are, and it reminds us of our own mortality, doesn't it? But I want to, when I do anything like this, I mean, my thoughts go out to John's family and children. He was being married to the same person since 1968, hadn't he? I mean, John was a very spiritual person, and he said that his belief in Christianity helped him stay away from the kind of rigors of rock and roll, and he obviously had a long and productive and musical life, still playing up until his early 80s. So what should we play? And full disclosure here, if you think that people like me have these YouTube channels and music websites, we have vast libraries where we have everything. We don't. But I do have some things, and this is what made me want to do this. This is the magnificent Moody's. John isn't on this one, but the reason I'm holding it up is, the great Brummy bands, the Moody Blues, more musicians come out of Birmingham. It's made me realise, from Birmingham myself, just how much Birmingham has given to the world of rock and popular music. But everyone on this album is no longer with us. This one, Days of Future Past, is absolute classic. This is the one with Nights in White Satin. Sorry. I've just been talking about when I was talking to Steve Hackett about Gary Brooker from Procol Harum, and someone else who's sadly missed. There's just so many. But Nights in White Satin off this, and again, for perspective, every member of the Moody Blues, apart from Justin Hayward, who's from Cornwall, where I now live, he's the only person remaining, apart from Patrick Moraz, who joined them much later on. But the classic Moody Blues, only Justin remains. Other albums that I would recommend, don't forget Blue Guitar. Go and stream that by John Lodge. On the Threshold of a Dream. The other thing that the Moodies had was fantastic artwork on their covers. Look at this one, for instance. Seventh Sojourn, look at that. This one has a track called New Horizons on it, which I know has brought a lot of people comfort who've lost people in their lives. Beautiful record. Another one of my favourites is To Our Children's Children. Very kind of poignant in a way, how we now talk about music. There's so much of this music will just never fade. There's some beautiful tracks on here as well. And two more. A Question of Balance. Great album. And again, another one with an absolute superb artwork. This one here. Every Good Boy Deserves a Favour. and Isn't Life Strange, another one of my favourite tracks by them. And finally, my favourite album by them, and this is actually the only one actually I have on vinyl as well, is In Search of the Lost Chord. Probably for Ride My Seesaw. It's just a great driving song, and of course, you know, there was that other song, but I'm being singing a rock and roll band. An amazing band, and John Lodge is an amazing vocalist and bass player, musician, composer, writer. The sound that the Moody Blues make is unique to them, and it's a sad day. And I seem to be doing this more often than I would ever have wanted to. But I felt I should say something, because I know a lot of people are probably, you're feeling closer perhaps to some of these artists, even if you didn't realise you were such a fan of their music in some respects. And now Spinning Magazine's Facebook group, because of the way the community has grown, so many people have expanded their horizons into liking so many different styles of music that so many of us have gone into the back catalogues of artists that we didn't even think we would, and we feel like we're just discovering some bands and then we're losing them before we've had a chance to really appreciate them. Appreciate them now. Play some Moody Blues. Stay safe, everybody. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Take care, all of you, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.